What is going on, anime nerd and nerdettes, and anyone tuning in who is not an anime nerd and nerdette? Your boy is in the kitchen. I want to show essentially how I personally like to meal prep. I do this day in and day out. I've been doing this for at least 3 to 4 years now. It's not necessarily the most variety-packed diet within a day. Mind you, within the entire week, you are getting a lot of variety. However, within the entire day, the way it works is you are going to meal prep pretty much a whole day's worth of food the night before, and it's the same meal that you would essentially eat with some minor tweaks depending on how you do it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or breakfast, brunch, lunch, and dinner. Over here, I got around 2 pounds of ground beef. Right here, I got some purple sweet potatoes cooking. Then over here, I have some cauliflower that's starting to boil over. So I'm going to pour that down. I am not a chef here, so you got to cut me a little bit of slack when it comes to term of how, what's the term? Cuisine you're looking for. So I'll add some spices like cayenne pepper, some cumin, and a little bit of chili flakes to the ground beef. And then I will eat the cauliflower and purple sweet potato with a little bit of oil, and that's essentially it. Mind you, I really like this. I do this for a couple reasons. Let me put it this way. Is one, I will not eat ground beef for another 4 days at least. The reason why I do this is I learned something called food rotation dieting from How to Eat, Move, and Be Healthy from Paul Chek's. Essentially, what he describes in there is that the immune system reacts to food proteins. And when you eat a food protein, such as, let's say, beef, or most common is, let's say, gluten or dairy, your immune system has up to the time you eat it, all the way up to, I believe, like the 4-day mark, like 112 hours, something like that, that it can react to that food protein. 96 hours. So because of that, that's one thing that I do personally, because I have an autoimmune condition. The second reason is that this tends to be extremely time efficient. You know, if you're someone who tends to eat a lot of food, you're trying to train, resistance train, build muscle, it takes a lot of just overall volume of food to get in your body. Whether you're dirty bulking or eating clean, which I don't suggest dirty bulking, but if you're eating clean, it just takes a long time to eat. So that's why I really enjoy this, because this takes the equation of both taking a bunch of time to cook and eat. You're just cooking one huge meal the night before. Oh, I think potatoes are done. You're cooking a huge meal the night before, and that's going to last you all day the next day. If you find yourself getting hungry at any point, for example, I have frozen fruit in the fridge. Sometimes I might have a little bit of, let's say, frozen blueberries with canned coconut milk. And that is like my own little ice cream where I can get plenty of extra food and calories in, for example. Or, let's say on my pork day, I might get through my pork soon, and I might have some pork rinds from Epic Provisions. Great brand. If you haven't tried those pork rinds, definitely try them out. They got low-fat ones from Baked, which are, I don't really like too much. I'll eat them, but I kind of like choke on them. Anyhow, that's besides the point. So, yes, twofold for why I like doing this meal prep is it saves a lot of time, and you are essentially, for at least the immune system-wise, it's going to be less of a load on the immune system. Maybe not as important for someone that doesn't have any type of health issues, which for me, even I consider if you get sick like once a month or every other month, even, twice a year, I don't think that's something that is necessarily to me, that's somewhat of an indication of your immune system isn't as strong as it could be. Anyhow, the third reason that I would just say is probably a good benefit of this is everything that you're going to be eating the next day, essentially. It makes tracking your food and your nutrition, like your macros, if that's something you do, So much more easier to do when you just do one huge meal and you log that and you know you're going to be eating that all day the next day. So that is essentially it. I hope this video was short, concise, and interesting, and you take some sort of golden nugget, something from this. And a devil fruit, yes. Swole fruit. It's the TikTok name, swole fruit. Anyhow, I'm done here. I got nothing else to rant about. I gotta go add some cayenne, cumin, and chili flakes to my ground beef. And check my purple sweet potatoes. Alrighty. Toodles.